So I've got to give a big thank you to an awesome person called Kaila who got me an early screener to this movie. It's hitting theatres on October 8th and on video on demand on October 19th. And it's a movie directed by Frida Kempff called Knockin'. Hey everyone, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in to yet another edition of Did You See That? We are talking about a thriller movie that is called Knockin', that is directed by Frida Kempff and stars Cecilia Milocco. And the plot of this movie is around a woman who is traumatized by these knocking sounds coming from the flat above her, and she takes it upon herself to investigate what these sounds are and if there's actually something sinister going on in this apartment block building. This plot is so simplistic, and yes, you can say this is a movie review, and you can also say it's a short movie review as well, because this runtime is around 1 hour 18 minutes-ish. What I am going to say is that this movie keeps you really on your toes throughout. It really knows how to play on your kind of last nerves in terms of maybe biting your nails, the tension that it really brings and commands to the screen. And this is certainly played off by Cecilia Milocco, who plays a character called Molly. Now, we learn a lot about her kind of past backstory, and we also learn about what kind of trauma and trouble that she's going through with terms of medication to ease any kind of depression or any kind of illnesses that she may have. But in the meantime, she's hearing all this racket going from her flat above her, where she confronts a couple of the neighbours. One of her neighbours is an officer, one of them is like an older gentleman. What you really learn throughout Molly's journey is that you can really feel for her character. And yes, we do get some kind of past backstory with her and what happened with her and her partner, what's kind of caused her to go in this kind of downward spiral path to the point of she's trying to rebuild her life. And one thing you can kind of say at the beginning of this movie, well, it's just a knocking sound coming from up above. It's not really a big disturbance. As this film goes on, and as more and more of these knocks keep happening every single night, imagine if you're trying to go to sleep and all of a sudden you hear like some loud bang, almost as if it's kind of like an explosion come from upstairs. You are really going to be disturbed, you're going to be pissed, you're going to go up there and be like, right, what the hell is going on? And one thing I love about this movie is that our main character Molly is not written to be a dumb character. She is very aware of what is going on, but also these knocking sounds, she feels as if it's kind of like Morse code, so she actually takes upon herself to try and learn what this is. Molly really teeters throughout this very slow burn movie, and I guess that is one of the biggest deterrents I can give this movie in terms of a negative. It becomes far too slow. The movie does have some predictability elements to it. Those predictability factors aren't really that much of a negative because it is quite an enjoyable journey. But in this small runtime, yes, the soundtrack and the music to this whole movie really does bring together that tension piece. It takes so long to build up to our final conclusion. At the end of that conclusion, I wasn't really left satisfied. I was kind of felt a little bit disappointed. I just really feel like this script could have been that much little bit more tightened to make this more of a compelling watch, because there is times where, as I said, I felt nervous and I felt like kind of tense on the edge of my seat at times, but then kind of like towards the end of the second act going into the third act, that's where the film lost me a little bit. So my overall score for Knockin' is, if you really want to watch a slow burn movie, then this may be for you. If you have other movies add onto your list already, or this one isn't a massive priority based on this review, then I would maybe skip this one for now, but maybe check it out when it hits on video on demand. So in the meantime, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And until the next time that I see you.